Confidence is never a question when it comes to wide receivers, and these two are no different. It's Jones's Falcons going up against Cook's Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Here are Brandon Goff, Charles Davis.
First look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. They'll get 19 yards there. And the Falcons are going to get a first. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They go play action here on first down. And this is incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. That'll bring up second down. A glance at the starting unit. Julio Jones, a threat on the outside, of course.
Combines great athleticism, incredible speed, and a whole lot of toughness to be one of the better receivers in the NFL.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Tyson Jackson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
And Mark Ingram, the lead running back for New Orleans, didn't have a very good day against Seattle. Only had 5 yards on the ground, but did have one key fumble. And when they took him out to give him a little bit of a breather, Tim Hightower jumped into the breach and ran for over 100 yards. Welcome back, Tim Hightower.
Yeah, 26 carries, 102 was the number on the ground for Hightower. Left side and caught by Flainer. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. On the keeper, it's Breeze. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on a quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On the tackle that time, Tyson Jackson. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On second down, here's Breeze. Throw complete right side to Cooks. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
0-2, 0-2. Ready, you ready? Check, 45 on the bike. Check the backer. Sammy. Tighten up.
Breeze to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd and 5. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And Cooks has it over the middle. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Hey, 2 kills. Wait. 95, 56. Out. Mike 50. Check 43. 11. 99.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Again, it's Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Back onto the field comes this Falcons offense. And, it was interesting reading some articles after their last game to win over Green Bay. How big that win was, because last year, you remember, they started out hot, went into a tailspin. Could that have led to the same thing in 2016?
They were 5-0 in 2015 and finished up 8-8. So you're right about the tailspin. Dan Quinn, the head coach, has said this team is not like last year's, and he never lost confidence. But to your point, they had lost 2 tight ones prior to the Green Bay win. If they had lost a 3rd, then everyone would have been asking the question, and we would have seen.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, James Laurinaitis. Saints coming back onto the field here to show what they can do on offense. And speaking of what they can do on offense, what have they done so far this NFL season through 8 weeks?
Well, they've integrated a lot of new pieces, but it's still the same old production. Going into the Seattle game, they were averaging over 500 yards a game at home on offense. And Drew Brees is really connecting with these young receivers like Brandon Cooks and Michael Thomas.
He's got a man, complete. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks. 91 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. So out come the Falcons now. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It was a rather pedestrian Week 8 for Jones. You know, Week 6 and 7 combined 313 yards, but Week 8 just 29.
And when you think of Julio Jones, you think of one of the best receivers in the league. And you don't use the word streaky, but teams spend so much time game planning for him that sometimes he has those weeks where he doesn't.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, 59 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. Still going. Now he lost the football. And finally he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On second down, Ingram cuts back right. And down inside the 15 he goes. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This from 25 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Falcons Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Breeze. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Hey, let's go. Check 26, check 26.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.